Welcome to this episode in our podcast, Molcajete Flowers. I'm Josue, the student support advocate here at Si Se Puede Academy. And with the two really special guests, Luis and Sarah. Luis, how's it going? How's your day today?
Good. How are you guys today?
Everything good, everything
Yeah.
well.
How are you, Sarah?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, so we are here with Sarah. She's our new program admin. And in the future, she will be our program manager, I hope so.
Hopefully.
And yeah, Sarah, tell us a little bit about your life, your hobbies, your dislikes.
So my name is Sarah Ramirez, and I began here about 3 weeks ago, so I'm still really new. I'm the program admin, and I guess my journey in education started when I was, of course, in college. I went to UW Bothell, and I majored in law, economics, and public policy and American ethnic studies, and I minored in human rights and diversity studies. I did a bunch of research while I was an undergrad, and I was teaching other students and stuff, and that was really great. And then I graduated during the pandemic, so I didn't want to go into the workforce because I wasn't ready, and there was also just no jobs. So I went to grad school, and I went to UConn, so I flew myself over to Connecticut. And I ended up going to Connecticut not because it was exactly where I wanted to go, but because I got a full ride there, and so I couldn't really say no. It was like an amazing offer. But I remember I went, and it's like a really big agriculture school. So it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's super rural. I remember I went to Connecticut to go visit the school, and we passed by a farm, and there was cows on the farm, and I started crying. I was like, I can't be here. Like, there's cows. But I ended up accepting, and that was the best too.
Are you afraid to the cows or?
No, I'm a city girl. There's nothing to do. And so that meant that my grades over the next 2 years were just amazing because there was nothing to do other than study.
It's like that scene in like Hannah Montana when like she gets off the jet and it's like, hello, New York, but it's just like a ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dang, that's crazy. So my next question would be for you, like, what were you doing before, like, getting into, like, the teaching, I guess, industry? Like, what were you doing before that? Like, did you ever work at a regular job or, like...
Oh, yeah. I mean, I worked at restaurants and stuff before getting into education, and I loved that. I mean, I really like working in restaurants. I was waitressing for a few years. Other jobs that I've had that are not in education have been, I worked in a funeral home for a while.
Okay, and how was that?
It was cool. I mean, I learned a lot about the funeral industry and about just, I really like working with bodies is one thing that I learned. It's super niche and a lot of people are really weird about it. So I try to be careful about talking about it to people because to me it's really cool, but to others they're like, what the hell, But so I helped with casketing bodies, bagging bodies. I got to witness a lot of the stages of decomposition, which was really nice. Not nice, that's the wrong word. But it was interesting.
Right.
And I think also just getting to be with families while they were grieving was really fulfilling, I think, in a lot of ways. But yeah, then I worked in hospitals and psych wards. I find myself working in a lot of high trauma locations.
Right. I like that because I think it's important to work in funeral homes and stuff like that. I think it's important to bring that type of closure to the families. Not funeral homes, I guess you could say more so morgue type of stuff. Like the people that do the autopsies and stuff, because they're the ones that really find out what caused the death of the individual. So I think that's a pretty cool field. I was working at one too, so I liked it. It's a pretty cool pretty cool experience. I wasn't bagging bodies, but I was able to see them, the tags to confirm on paperwork and the tags that it was the person that we were actually handling or whatever. So I think it's a pretty cool job.
I remember you mentioned the first time we met that you worked in the funeral.
Yeah. How has it been getting I guess used to working from that and working in obviously in restaurants and stuff like that in customer service to now working as a teacher or in teaching?
Well, I'm neither a teacher nor teaching right now. I guess later on when I started teaching, it was way stressful.
Oh.
I mean, then I realized while I prefer working with people who are alive and breathing, people that are alive and breathing are also just way more stressed because they're humans, of course. When I was in Connecticut, I was teaching courses. I had 300 people in them, and I think the reality is that because of just the way that social issues and biases kind of work, they're in my intersections. A lot of people didn't take me seriously, right? I was the same age as a lot of the kids I was teaching. And in some cases, I was younger than them. And so, you see like the short Latina who's like, young, and a lot of people just like kind of take advantage of that.
Right.
So I think demanding respect was a big challenge. But that being said, I think there's nothing more gratifying than helping students get to a point of achievement, or like having like that kind of aha moment with a topic that they're interested in.
I agree with that.
How's the thing that motivated you to come here at the center?
Well, I had been applied to the Centro de la Raza for kind of a long time. And it's a nonprofit that's been like very omnipresent in my life, though I haven't been involved in it. Right? Like I've always just known of it. And I grew up in a really white place. And so I didn't know about Centro for like the longest time. And I guess like for context, I'm not just leaving it like that. I grew up on the east side. The city I was from was like 90% white. Like it was, I think that for a while it was ranked as the safest city to live in the United States. Incredibly high medium income, like people were really wealthy. My family wasn't there. We were there, but I mean like we weren't there as far as like income.
Right.
And so I know about Si Se Puede Raza for a while.
We're our case manager about the ANIMO program, Jesus. Jesus, welcome to our podcast. How's it going? How's your day? We are here with Sarah. She is talking about how's the thing that she motivates to come to El Centro. But what about you, Jesus? What is the thing that motivates you to come to El Centro and work here? About like 2 years almost?
Yeah, thank you for having me. Again, my name is Jesus. The case manager here for the ANIMO program. And what motivated me to come to El Centro was the community. I've been doing a lot of work with youth services and community engagement for over 4 or 5 years now, and I feel like right before I worked here, I was working for the YMCA, and there I feel like I didn't see a lot of my own community, Hispanic BIPOC community, and which was why I wanted to see more of it. And I El Centro de la Raza, it says it in the name, I feel like I would see more of it and feel more of it here, so which is why I came here.
What do you do at Centro de la Raza?
I'm a case manager, and I help help my participants find resources, whether it's with job readiness, financial literacy, and connect them with other resources that they might need.
Nice. How has your experience been working here?
Dang, I just got here. You guys are putting me on the spot. My experience, it's been good. Met a lot of great people, made a lot of great connections. Love the people that I'm around with here, and it's been a good experience.
Sarah, you was telling us about the Connecticut teaching, that you really know about the center because you grew up in a white place.
After Luis laughed at me.
Yeah. I'll continue with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I want to build off of what Jesus was saying, right? That like when you like Centro de la Raza is about community, right? It's about like lending resources or giving out resources and connecting people to goals that they want, or kind of whatever, however you want to shape it. And I've always looked for that, right? So when I came from a place in a context where I didn't have any sort of connection, cultural connection or otherwise, being able to move into spaces that were like very heavy on connection and community building, really changed me, right? So going to U Bothell, it's a minority serving institution, which means that at least a quarter of their students are people of color. And then going to Connecticut, where I was in a really small town, but the really small town community I built was like really wonderful and loving. I wanted to continue that trend, and so I ended up coming here to like another community-facing organization.
Yeah, I think it's important for like programs like these to be out like to the youth, because I feel like I'm not sure like if I was speaking for everybody, but I know for me specifically, like when I was still in high school, like I knew I had like a plan. I knew that like after I realized like okay, like I'm probably not gonna be able to graduate on time. It's like okay, I still have a plan. I just need like I need the platform, you know, like I need that extra support. And yeah, like for a minute, I think like a lot of students like do end up feeling like dang, like this is it, like I'm not graduating, like this is it, I'm done, you know. So like it is cool when like teachers reach out to you and like say, oh, like hey, like there's still a chance for you to come back and like redeem yourself. So
Yeah. Do you remember that moment when a teacher said that to you?
yeah, it was Josue actually, because I will for a minute, because like after high school for me, that's how I felt. Like I felt like dang, like it's over, like because I thought I was like breaking like a generational curse, but it's like nah, like I'm the one, you know, adding to it. So I was just like, dang, like it's over. So then when my mom told me, because he had just called her, at first I was not open to it, but then I was like, well, like this is what I've been wanting, you know, I've been wanting that like call to like come on, like let's do it. So yeah, it feels nice. Like it feels nice, like for someone to like come back and show you that support. I always say like I don't care how tough you are, I don't care how like what demeanor you may bring to the class, whatever. Like it does feel nice for someone to show like they care, you know, to give you the opportunity back.
Yeah, well, we continue with some random questions about our lives. And the same question from Sarah. Have some style icon?
Well, okay, so the first one is a designer that I really like. His name is Willie Chavarria. If anyone doesn't know about him, I highly recommend you look into him. He is like a Chicano designer, and he does like a lot of mixture between like Cholo Chicano fashion, but kind of makes them more contemporary, so they're super cool. The other one is, man, I'm like forgetting her name, which feels wrong, but she's like this super old lady. She just died like months ago. She's like 102. Again, I'm forgetting her name, but she was one of them. I mean, because she kept this really funky style alive until she was like in her 100s, and I really appreciate that. I never want to be like an older person that like gives up on the way that they express themselves outwardly into the world. Like I really appreciate fashion because it's the primary way in which we express ourselves, and I want to make sure I'm holding myself to that standard of always doing that.
I don't really have any like standard or anything for my fashion, for what I wear, or icon, you know, per se. I just wear whatever. Like I like whatever I find and whatever I like. I just get it, you know. I one thing that what I stand by and will always stand by is like comfort over anything. So even if it's like whenever I travel, whenever I, you know, do anything, it's comfort over anything, you know, like as long as I'm comfortable, and that's what I stand by.
Is there any clothes you hate because it's not comfortable?
I don't really like jeans, like but I mean I'll wear them sometimes, like when I'm putting them on, like they just like okay, but then like once they're on, then they're on, you know. But like especially during the winter, like jeans are but because then they're all cold and whatnot. But I love like stylish sweats, and yeah, just comfort over anything.
Really quick, I just found her name. Her name is Iris Apfel.
For me, as Jesus said, I have a style icon, but I really like to dress like combine colors and try to look fashion, but sometimes depend on the occasion. For example, if I go to the supermarket on Sunday, I'll use just chanclas and pantaloneta and shorts, and that's it. But yeah, during the day I would like to have comfort in my dressing. But sometimes I would like to dress like a suits, like a tie, like a shirt. I love suits. I think so it's a really, really good fashion thing. But also, was I like just shorts and chanclas and that's it. I hate the heat, el calor. No me gusta el calor. So yeah, if I keep freshing, that's for me is good. What about you, Luis?
Same as him. I really honestly don't care. I just don't care. I'm also not a fan of jeans. I just wear them to come here, to be honest. Other than that, I'm in shorts 24/7. I don't even wear these type of shirts. Like, I went to Oregon actually to buy outfits. I didn't have good outfits like that to come here. I'm in shorts. So yeah, just shorts.
Sometimes when I go to Oregon, the Nike Centralia on the way down to Oregon, it's a really good stop.
Si Se Puede Academy is a youth education and empowerment program offered by El Centro de la Raza, a community organization. Si Se Puede Academy aims to support and inspire young people to achieve academic success, develop leadership skills, and become positive contributors to their communities, focusing on promoting cultural pride and fostering a sense of community among its participants. The program provides a range of educational services and activities designed to empower students and promote their personal academic growth. For the most up-to-date information on the program, I recommend visiting El Centro de la Raza's official website or following us on Instagram, ECDLR_Si Se Puede Academy. Once again, ECDLR_Si Se Puede Academy.
Right now we know more each other, so maybe it's time to the tough questions. I will start with a tough question with Sarah. Yeah. So Sarah, what is the one thing people don't know about you?
I feel like here's the issue. Like, I talk a lot, and so I feel like people know everything about me really soon. So I gotta like think like what I haven't said. So there was a few months ago, I started going to capoeira class with my cousins. Do you guys know what capoeira is? Capoeira is a form of like, it's like a Brazilian martial arts, but it mixes like music and dance with this martial arts. It's really beautiful. I had to stop because I was getting myself too booked up, but it was really cool.
Okay. What about you, Luis? What's one thing people don't know about you?
I don't know. Probably also that I'm like really like outgoing, I guess, but like to a certain extent, because I'm like also really shy, so I don't talk to people like that. But then I can be like friendly, but then people take it the wrong way. So like I don't know. So yeah, just that I'm a nice person. Because like people like it's because people judge me because of my tattoos. Like they'll see me like, and I guess like I have like a mean look, so like they'll be like, oh, like no, you're weird. I'm like, get to know me.
Okay. What about you, Jesus?
I kind of like phased off from it, but I used to be a big gamer. Like I was like really into gaming. Yeah. Just like, I mean, I was into like card games too, but then also like video games. I think I talked to you about it too. Like, you know, I played a lot with before he took the position, and there's Emmanuel who was in his role. I played a lot with him. I still talk to him a little bit, and we still talk about like Pokemon and stuff too. So I nerd out a lot when it comes to gaming, but yeah, pretty knowledgeable in that field.
Games are really fun. And board games.
Oh yeah, for sure. I love playing games. I'm like a nerd playing games, but but right now I get married, have a house, so I have enough time to play it like before playing. But I love to play. I love to enjoy that moment. I really like the graphics and the sounds.
I typically keep an Uno deck in my car for whenever my friends are out getting drinks or something. We can play Uno.
When me and my girlfriend travel and when me and my friends travel too together, we always carry like a Uno deck or like the small Jenga pieces so that we can play like together with the little table.
No, I just learned today. I'm still learning. Yeah, I don't. Sort of. From what I get. I'm just like, I'm a nerd, but not like, I don't know. I've just never played those.
Okay, well, for me, I think so. One thing that no one knows about me. I don't know. I have a hard life in my childhood, so I grew up in a neighborhood that was really dangerous place. So I really go deep into drugs. I was like a drug dealer. So yeah, not too much like drug dealer, like $100 no, pero sí, pues en mi barrio como que era medio traficante. But I don't look like, I don't look like that. Yeah, and then I have my transition to the Christianity. So I think so that was the change of my life, and then try to building my pathway. Es una cosa que mucha gente no se imagina eso, pero for me it was really hard to keep away because I start doing that. I remember like 12 years when I was 12 years, 13, 14, yeah, 16. 16 was a really hard time for me because I lost my father. So I'm gonna trouble kid. And yeah, in my country, in Ecuador, we have a lot of drugs, and it's really easy to get that. And especially with when you are young, so you have bad influence, bad music, bad culture. So everything's like it's like continuously like do that, do this. So yeah, but I need to take decision and radical decisions because one drugs will lead you to other drugs and other drugs and other drugs. And then I need to take a radical decision because if not, I will end in the street. So I went to Colombia 6 months, and I leave my mother, I leave my girlfriend that time, I leave my friends, and I just go alone to Colombia and a farm, 6 months in the land. In that place, I learned how to tratar la tierra, cuidar la tierra, como un granjero, a farmer. So I need to wake up 4 a.m. I need to take a cold shower. I need to cosechar, sembrar, cocinar, like manual things. I was muy acostumbrado a virtual things in the city. So in that place, I was really suffering the 3 first months. Like, oh, this is really hard. But in the 4th month, I could see the results. My mind was clear. My body was strong. So that way, that thing makes me take other decisions for my life and try to be more close to God. And that changed definitely my life. Changed my life because, and then I decided to study theology, and then come to Colombia, and then come to the United States, and then everything was good, was blessed. So yeah, it was really hard time in that way. Yeah, I know that right now a lot of people, a lot of young people, they suffer like drugs, vicios de drogas, especially here in Washington. And I think it's a real problem here.
Yeah, I don't think people know like how actually like big it is. Like it's pretty big. But like what I see a lot is just like with fentanyl. That's the drug that I see is being used a lot. And it's crazy because like sometimes I think that teachers don't like realize like like the problem is bigger than what it seems. Like there's students literally snorting cocaine in bathrooms like during class, and it's like what, like, and it's crazy how it's going like from just like smoking something small but not doing bigger stuff like that. It's crazy. And for me, I don't know, I try to bring a lot of awareness to that because like one of my friends passed away actually from fentanyl. Yeah. And like for me, that was kind of like an eye opener because it's like it's so crazy how like you literally are like living your best life in one night and then you take it and you're just like completely gone. So for me, that was like an eye opener, you know. But yeah, it is very crazy how like the drugs are like taking over schools.
It's sad. It's really sad. I have memories in my mind, you know? Like 14 years old, like selling drugs in the bathrooms and then consume in the classroom. And then everything like the social construct, like music, words, jokes, everything was around that same topic, drugs and sex and everything. It was really toxic, really toxic culture, yeah.
Do you feel bad about like, you know, selling it to people? Like maybe you sold to young people. Like, do you ever think back and feel bad about that?
Yeah, I feel bad about that for sure. I was 14 years old. Maybe I had a little blame, like myself, like being an adult and being a traffic. Like this is more consciousness. Like I'm doing that for a life, but I'm just trying to get some money. 14 years old, I will save some money for a tattoo, but I couldn't save for some money for a tattoo. But in that years, like just trying to keep moving in my home, in my neighbor, try to build my respectful image like a dealer. But yeah, but it was maybe so for fun. But I think it's different, like being an adult and trying to sell some fentanyl is really bad.
Yeah, I think it's also like important too, though, to like bring awareness to people that are also taking it. Cause like for me personally, I've never done like fentanyl or anything like that, but I have done like stuff before, and like, I don't think that you're like, oh do this, do that. No, me personally, I feel like everybody like cada quien hace sus propias cosas, you know, like this and that could happen to you, but you choose what comes out of that. You can sit there and have a pobrecito mindset, or you can take that and level up, you know, and not be a victim. So yeah, I think the people that are taking that type of stuff also should like, you know, people, because I see a lot of people, especially like in the Mexican culture, like, oh, es un drogadicto, es un malo, but it's just like, okay, well, what's wrong with him, you know? Because like for me, I know that when I was going through that, like my friends, it's like, but not even with friends, just with family, it's like, well, no, actually not with family, more with friends, because usually it's the friends that bring those type of emblemas to your life, you know? Like I would ask them, like, or not even ask them, but like sometimes it's like all you need is a hug or just a person to talk to. But like your friends are trying to come off at school or this and that, and they'll give you this, they'll give you that, you know. So I think that yeah, it's bad, and like yeah, I guess people that do them should be disciplined. But then it's like I feel like they also should be helped, because people have their own demons that they're fighting. They have their own stuff that they're going through. Obviously, what nobody ever knows. Yeah, I think it's like a big issue, and it just has like its pros and cons on both ends. So.
But I think in general, the consensus is that like punishment typically doesn't help anything.
Yeah, no, you know, you can arrest someone for having fentanyl, but they're gonna come out the next day and they're gonna go back to selling it or taking it. So it's like there's no point. You guys are just wasting resources that could actually be helped for people that actually can take the help. So yeah, it's just crazy to me. I have been seeing a lot of deaths on fentanyl. Like even when I was working, I was a manager at my job, and I had a lot of teenagers that worked there that actually like passed away in there. And it would be crazy because, like, as soon as I would come in, to be like, oh, I guess, and like, you would come in and like, it would be more so kind of like, who did it happen now to, you know? And it was sad because it's like, dang, like, I've been here for 3 years. Like, when I first started working here, it was normal, you know, workplace. And now it's like a trap house type of work environment. So, yeah, it's crazy how, like, it just spreads and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's true, Luis. Yeah, it's a problematic social. Yeah, well, let's pass with another last question. Maybe it's not too tough question, but Sarah, do you have any secret talent?
Secret talent? I don't know that it's secret necessarily. I'm a good dancer though. I've been dancing for a super long time. It's been 10 plus years. I was trained in folklorico for a long time. I still do it, but recently I've been doing salsa bachata. And I'm on a performance team, and that's really fun. So that's my secret talent. Oh, also I cook. I cook a lot. I cook for a family on the weekends. And yeah, so like this week, for instance, I am experimenting on a recipe. Honestly, like I'm really excited about like eventually catering something. I really want to cater eventually. No, I don't want to make it like a big business. Like I want to keep it super chill, but I really want to cater eventually. But I also would love, this family right now is moving to a bigger house, and I'm like, I would love to be like not like sleeping there, right, but kind of like an in-home cook where I can cook at the house instead of doing it at mine and delivering.
What about you, Luis?
I'm like an underground comedian, like yeah, like it'll come out like every now and then, but like yeah, I could come up with like some pretty funny like joke.
That's cool. For me, my secret talent, I love play tennis. I love play tennis. Tennis for me is like the moment that I feel peace in my body, in my mind. I love see the ball tossing. I feel the racket and feel the power and try to move. I really like tennis, so I would like to be a professional tennis, but I don't think it's possible. But tennis is really hard. It's really hard. The technique is hard. It's like 4 hours in a match. So you need to strengthen your mind and your legs. The slides, the ball, everything is hard. But I really like tennis. So yeah, I play tennis like every day, maybe alone. Just go to the court and practice my serve. Yeah, I also play piano. You say? Yeah, I play piano. I'm a musician. I play piano and percussion. I was a musician in my country 10 years I study music. I love music. We have a recording with Jasmine and Nito. Nito brings his saxophone. And I play the piano, and Jasmine like some dancing something. We'll post a video. And what about you, Jesus? Some secret talent?
I don't know. I'm a pretty good drawer. Like I like to draw, and when I get like in the moment and stuff, like I'm pretty good at it. I taught myself how to swim last year, and yeah, I'm pretty good at it too. And like we've gone to Hawaii twice now, me and my girlfriend, and like I like jumped off the boat like and it was like the ocean, so like I can like say I swam in the ocean, and those are like big waves too. So like maybe I'm a pretty strong swimmer too, and this time in Mexico too, I also swam in the like against the waves too, and those were strong waves too. So maybe I'm a strong swimmer.
How did you teach yourself?
Like because when I worked at the Y, I have membership to like the YMCA, and they have nice pools. Especially the Kent one. There's these big pools, and they have nice, and they're deep too. So like, I was like, I'm gonna teach myself how to swim, because I really did not know how to swim, and like, it's just holding on to like the edges, and then like kind of like letting like just practicing with your feet, and then I was like, okay, I think I got it, and then like letting yourself go, kind of. I don't know. It's hard. You just have to do it. Like you just have to do it. And I think one of the biggest thing for like floating and treading water is just not being scared. Like, because that's when you just like float, right? But yeah, because a lot of people who know how to swim don't know how to tread water. So treading water is important because in that way you can just stay in place. So yeah.
Sarah, she no sabe nadar. So I say like, how is possible that you grew up and it's like a basic skill to survive?
And it's actually statistically a lot of people of color don't know how to swim.
Yeah.
One thing that I feel like I think, and like I'm sorry if this isn't true or whatever, but a lot of people of color, like they don't get the opportunity to like go to lessons and stuff, like get signed up and all that stuff. Because I mean, like from working at the Y, all the little kids who are signed up, they're all like white, and they're all like an income thing too. Yeah. And even for adult lessons, they're pretty expensive too, like to get into those classes. Yeah.
I was thinking that because, I think so. In my opinion, depends from which country. For example, in my country, we had a place who called Esmeralda. There is a black community there, and it's a coast. So all they know how to swim because they born in the sea, and how not to swim. But I think so. Depends in which position to the country. Here in the United States, I think so, but in my country, in Colombia, we have Cartagena, we have Santa Marta, and there's a lot of colored people there, and they know how to swim because it's a coast, so it's a beach. So, yeah.
Yeah, these statistics are for sure like U.S. centric.
And I think the thing is here, like the beaches here in our coast, you cannot swim in. Like they're all super cold. It's like, it's more of like, oh, if you want to go enjoy the lake, then learn how to swim. If you want to go during the summer or go to the pools, then you have to learn how to swim, because it's not for like go to the beach and enjoy the beach. Yeah.
I mean, but it don't gotta really be about swimming, y'all. Because I mean, I don't know how to swim. I just go for the food too. But I just go for the food. Like when my mom has like get-togethers, when we have like get-togethers with family, I just go for the food. So yeah, that's what I'm there for.
Okay, guys. Well, I think so. This is for episode for today. In Molcajete Flowers, we miss Nito, but Nito, he's in the libraries today. Today is Wednesday, so he's in the libraries, but I'm really happy that Luis is coming and support us with the podcast, and we expect that Luis is coming every time, and more about him. I'm really happy with Sarah and Jesus also, and we keep posting this episode.
Si Se Puede Academy is a youth education and empowerment program offered by El Centro de la Raza, a community organization. Si Se Puede Academy aims to support and inspire young people to achieve academic success, develop leadership skills, and become positive contributors to their communities, focusing on promoting cultural pride and fostering a sense of community among its participants. The program provides a range of educational services and activities designed to empower students and promote their personal academic growth. For the most up-to-date information on the program, I recommend visiting El Centro de la Raza's official website or following us on Instagram, ECDLR_Si Se Puede Academy. Once again, ECDLR_Si Se Puede Academy.